For more information, visit my blog at www.simplebeautyblog.com. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with yet another foundation first impression, and I hope y'all aren't getting sick of these, but I really like trying out different foundations, and so I just wanted to share them with you instead of just trying them on my own and never really talking about them. So hopefully you all aren't tired of them, and hopefully some of you find this helpful. The foundation I'm going to be talking about today is the new Dior Nude Air foundation. And I say new, but it's been out probably about a month or two. Initially when this came out, I wanted to try it, but I held back on it because I had just bought the NARS. So I held back on it and said, you know, if I still want it in a month or whatever, I'll go ahead and get it. And I still want it, so I got it. So I cannot wait to share this with you all. The shade that I picked it up in is 050, which is the same shade that I wear in the Dior Nude foundation. And I'll list the full name of the other Dior foundation that I wear down below because that's one of my favorite foundations. So y'all can have that for reference. So I did not see this in store. I only picked it up on the website based on, you know, matching the same shade that I previously had. So this foundation is another one of the Serum foundations that's supposed to give you really lightweight, like barely there feel, which I'm totally into. So especially for summertime, I don't like to feel like I have foundation caked on my face. So that's why I've been trying out all these Serum foundations, and some of them have been winners, some have been but overall I do like the Serum type foundations. So what Dior says is that this one is supposed to give you a no makeup feel that's weightless and beneficial as a breath of fresh air. Right. So basically this is supposed to be infused with some essential oils and a vitamin mineral complex that's supposed to help your skin stay healthy. Not sure about that, but I just got it because I figured it's Dior, it's probably going to be a good foundation, and they haven't disappointed me as of yet with their foundation. So if you guys want to see what I think of it as a first impression, then please keep watching. Okay, so I'm going to start by shaking up the foundation. And I've already applied my primer, which is the Maybelline Master Prime Blur and Smooth. This is the plain one that they have, like the most basic one. And I used it just because it doesn't do much for my face anyway, so it's just a basic primer. All right, so take it out. And as you can see, it comes with a dropper, similar to the other Serum foundations. And the way I'm going to apply this with my fingertips, I wanted to do it two ways, with my fingertips and with the Real Techniques brush, but the brush is dirty and I just didn't have time to wash it. So I'm just gonna do it all over my face with my fingertips. So I'm just gonna drop a little bit on the back. And that was probably that was about a dropper full. That's it there. You can see it's really runny. Hopefully this color matches because it looks kind of orange there. So we shall see. But this is the same color that I wear in their other foundation. So hopefully it matches. I'm sorry if I'm looking down, but that's where my mirror is. It feels so soft and silky on the skin. I can tell you that already. And it looks a little bit dark on me, so hopefully it blends in. Sometimes I like foundations to be a slight bit darker, just because my body is darker than my face, so it makes me look like sun-kissed. So unlike some of the other Serum foundations, as I'm rubbing this one in, it feels, all of them feel really smooth, but some of them feel like they kind of dry out a bit when I use my fingers. With this one, it feels really smooth and it still feels like you have time to kind of work with it. So I do like that about it. Okay, so that's one layer on one side of my face, and you can see the difference. It's obviously a bit darker than my skin tone, but I still think it goes well with my body, so I think it's gonna work. Hopefully it doesn't oxidize. As you can see, you can still definitely see my skin through it, but it just makes it look better. It just makes it look healthy. So yeah, so far I like that. So let me go ahead and do the other side of my face. And I'm probably not gonna use all this foundation on my hand because that wasn't even half of the dropper full that I had put in there, so that's good. You don't need a lot of foundation. All right, so that's my whole face done, and yeah, I think it looks pretty good. I think the color is gonna work for me. We'll see. In the camera, it looks a little bit more orange than I would like, but when I look at myself in the mirror, it looks good. So hopefully I don't look crazy. But this is what it looks like with just one layer. And as you can tell, it's light coverage. It's light coverage, but it still covers somewhat. It's not sheer, but I don't think it's medium. I have this much foundation left on my hands, so I'm just gonna take some and kind of see if it'll build up some up on my cheeks, which is where I have the most things I like to cover. So I'm just gonna try it on this side. Yeah, it actually kind of builds up, so that's good. I can see where I have like the larger pores and kind of spots on my face on this side. I can see where when I put the extra layer on there, it kind of helped cover them up. So that's definitely a plus. Let's go ahead and take the rest of it and do the other side. All right, so that's my full face. And yeah, I like that you can build it up a little bit, but it still looks really natural. So yeah, I'm liking the foundation so far. I'm gonna go ahead and put on the rest of my makeup and kind of give the foundation a chance to set, and then I'll be back with you in a second. It feels like just I woke up like this, like literally, but when I look at myself in the mirror, it's like, no, you ain't wake up like that. But anyway, so I really like the way this feels. I actually, as I was doing the rest of my makeup, I had a chance to kind of look at my face in more detail, and I think it looks really good and natural. It has, the finish of the foundation is a natural finish, so kind of like a satin finish, I would say. It does not look dewy, but it does not look flat and matte. So I absolutely love this. But I do think the color is a bit off, a little bit dark for me. Or, I don't know, it's a little bit warm for me. So I think it's probably gonna work really, really well when I get a tan, more of a tan in the summertime, because typically in the summertime I get a lot darker here in Florida. So yeah, really liking the way it looks so far. As far as the rest of my makeup goes, the only thing, I didn't set my face with any powder besides my under eye concealer. I put on under eye concealer and set that, and then I put on blush and bronzer and highlight. So those are all powder products, but as far as like using a setting powder or finishing powder, I did not use any of those. So the time is now 11:45 a.m. and I'm not sure what time I'll be back, but I will be back to check in with you guys sometime throughout the day. Might be on my iPhone because I don't know how long I'm gonna be out today. So, but I promise I'll be back and let you guys see how it's holding up. See you soon. Hey y'all, I am back and the time is now 3:30. And yeah, I've been outside and walking around, so I'm pretty hot and maybe a little bit sweaty. And as you can see, I'm getting a little bit of shine on my nose. But overall, I think the foundation still looks pretty good. I am shiny on my nose, and right here, I probably could stand a blot. I'm not going to, just for the sake of this review. But to be honest, if I was just, you know, not doing a review, I probably would blot, but I kind of want to see how oily it's going to get or if it's going to go away. Just because, like I said, I have been walking around outside. It's really hot today, and y'all know I'm big and pregnant now, so I'm like always hot. So I think this is a good testing day because, you know, I want to see if it holds up. So far so good. It looks good on my face. It has not oxidized to my knowledge. And yeah, I feel like I really like it so far. So as you can see, my blush and all is still on, so foundation hasn't faded at all. It still pretty much looks like it looked when I put it on, besides the obvious shininess. So I will be back later on today to give you all another update. See you later. Hey y'all, I am back and the time is now 9:33. And so I've had this foundation on, I believe, about 10 hours. And like I said in my last update, I was not blotting or powdering or anything like that. So this is just straight 9 hours with the foundation, or 10 hours with just foundation, no touch-ups. So yeah, looking at my face, I actually think it looks pretty good. Y'all know I was shiny earlier around my nose, and I'm still a little bit shiny, but it actually looks about the same as what it looked like earlier. So I didn't really produce more oil. I think that most of that oil probably came from me walking around outside and being really hot, because it still looks good. So I do have a little bit of shine in my T-zone, but y'all know when I film at night, it always looks more shiny, which I'm doing right now. It looks more shiny with the lights pointing on me than it does, you know, in actual real life. So I think it actually looks pretty good. Now I do think the foundation, I've maybe lost a little bit of it. Not that I can see it. Sometimes, you know, you can see foundation breaking up on your face. It doesn't look like that. It just kind of looks like my foundation is faded in some spots. So like my nose, and that's probably because that's where I kind of get the oiliest. My nose looks like it doesn't have as much coverage as it had before. And then looking at my cheeks, my blush is a little bit faded, especially on this side. But I don't really think it looks bad. Like, I still could like go somewhere and maybe just, you know, blot the excess oil off my face and be okay. Like, I don't think it looks bad at all, especially in person. So I think this foundation held up pretty well. I kind of didn't expect it to. As of right now, it still feels like it felt this morning, like nothing's on my face. So that's awesome, because usually at the end of the day, that's when I tend to feel foundations more. You know, when I've gotten my own oils mixed up in them, they feel a lot heavier. So I think this foundation did a good job of keeping that same lightweight feeling, which is its claim to fame. So I have to give this foundation a positive review. And I know sometimes, you know, you see all these review videos or first impressions, and we always have good things to say about foundations. But to be honest, I can't really find a fault in this one. And I'm sorry if I like a lot of foundations, but I think a lot of them are good for different things. So I would say this foundation, just based on first impressions, is probably a really good everyday foundation. Just because it feels so lightweight. It covers, but it still looks natural. So that's important for me. Now, another thing that would make this a good everyday foundation for me is that it's SPF 25. So I am bad and don't wear sunscreen every day. So to have SPF in my foundation, I actually like that. Now, it might not work for you if you have like really oily skin, but if you have dry or normal, I think it'll work out well for you. But if you have really oily skin, I'm not sure how it'll work. But you could always try it in powder. The only bad thing I would say about this foundation is that it's $53. So that's high for a foundation, but I mean, it is Dior, so what do you expect? I'm not disappointed that I didn't spend the full $53 because I think I had like a gift card or something, but I'm not disappointed in the product based on the price of it. So okay, so also one thing I forgot to mention is that this foundation does not come in very many shades. I think there's about 10 shades or less. So that's a negative to the foundation. I believe they only have 3 dark shades. I think I got the second to the darkest shade. So yeah, that's not very good. But if they do have a shade that matches you, I definitely would suggest trying this foundation out. Maybe getting a sample just to see how you like it, because like I said, based on first impressions alone, I really have enjoyed wearing this today. So I will keep you all updated. If something changes with this foundation, I'll be sure to let you guys know. But as of right now, it definitely gets a thumbs up from me. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for the foundation first impression. If you are interested in seeing my baby's nursery tour, I did just put that video up on my other channel like last week. So I'll link that down below if you're interested in seeing that. But as always, thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye.